fellow Toastmasters, you get a call from home, honey, can you bring some milk while you're on your way home? You say, sure. You're driving back from your work, you stop at Publix, grab a gallon jug, go to the checkout line, pay, you're on your way home. 2 minutes, it's all done. Well, let me tell you how it was when I was growing up as a kid in New Delhi, about the mid-60s, 1960s. It was my job to get the daily milk. We did not have a refrigerator, so it had to be a daily thing that you got. Now, remember that this is New Delhi, one of the largest and most cosmopolitan cities in the country. Well, I walked every day, usually around 9 o'clock or so, up to the dairy, which was about a mile from home. And what is a dairy? It's a field about a block in area, which has a lot of cows. Well, let me modify that a bit. It has a lot of water buffaloes.
Oh.
And a couple of cows. You see, buffalo milk is preferred over cow's milk because it's richer and creamier.
Oh.
And that's what we all got, buffalo milk. Now, you walk up there with a little jug, usually a galvanized steel can, up there, and as soon as you come over there, you can feel that funky smell.
Oh.
You know what I mean. But it really wasn't off-putting at all. It was sort of like in the summer when it starts drizzling, you get that earthy smell. And it's not offensive at all. If you're used to it, it's not offensive. And you go up to the dairyman and you say, I want half a gallon of milk. And usually he would have a measure, he would dip it out, put it in your can, and you pay, and you're going home. Remember, you've walked a mile, and then you're gonna walk back a mile. And sometimes you got a treat. What was that treat? The dairyman would take your jug, sit down next to the water buffalo, and actually milk the cow right into your can. And you would take it home. It's all fresh. No refrigerator, so it had to be fresh. Now, because there was no refrigerator, it had to be used each day, but even then, we mostly used it to make yogurt. And so the first thing you would do is boil it, and it would be the ingredient to make yogurt for the following. Now, this went on for a couple of years, and then a sudden change. We got what is called the Delhi Milk Scheme. This was a government-run co-op where they would distribute milk. So instead of going at 9 o'clock, now I had to go at 5 in the morning. And again, it was about a mile. It's a different direction, but about a mile. And you would go up to this shack, and you would stand in line. And when you got to the window, you would say, I want 2 or 3 bottles. Now we had gone from cans to, the can that was open to bottles. So you would take a little wire rack with the old bottles and exchange it after you came back. Now, again, the preference was for water buffalo milk, which came in a blue top, but you could also get cow's milk, which came in a red top. Now, when you go out early in the morning, 5 o'clock in the morning, it's dark and you're 10 years old and you're walking about a mile, nobody around, and usually there is one street light, 100-watt bulb, incandescent in those days, and you walk and you see your shadow going and you hear all kinds of things. Not very comforting for, a little kid. I still remember how frightened I was when you see the shadow and you hear something, say, this is it for me, buddy. It's going to end. But in all honesty, I did this for years and nothing ever happened. So, all these, at that time, even though it was a little scary, when I look back, these are kind of fond memories for me. Of course, nothing ever happened that was terrible. And I look back, fond memory. Sure beats running up to Publix and getting the jug out and heading home in the car.